She never raised her voice. She never sent the long, desperate text. She never made a scene, never broke down in front of anyone, never gave them the satisfaction of knowing exactly how deep their words had gone. She was calm. She was always the calm one. And everyone around her mistook that calm for patience, for forgiveness, for permission to keep going. What they didn't understand, what they never stopped long enough to understand, is that her stillness was not weakness. It was discipline. It was the result of years of choosing her response over her reaction, of processing pain privately so no one else had to carry it, of absorbing what would have shattered most people and continuing to show up anyway. She doesn't snap because of one bad day. She doesn't reach her limit because of a single moment of betrayal or cruelty or neglect. It builds. Quietly, invisibly, over weeks and months and sometimes years. Each small thing absorbed and processed and set aside. Each disappointment filed away with a grace that costs her more than anyone will ever know. Until one day, something small, sometimes impossibly small, lands on the pile. And the balance shifts. And it does not shift back. This is what warrior mode actually looks like at the start. Not fire, not rage, not a confrontation or a speech or a dramatic exit. It looks like a woman who has just made a decision. Quietly. Internally. With the clean, cold precision of someone who has finally stopped negotiating with herself. Something inside her that was still open closes, not in bitterness, in clarity. The fog lifts. That is the only way to describe it. The mental fog that comes with hoping someone will change, hoping a situation will improve, hoping that if she just gives a little more, tries a little harder, explains herself one more time. That fog lifts. And what she sees underneath it is simply the truth. The truth she already knew. The truth she had been working very hard not to see. And once she sees it, she cannot unsee it. 4 things shift inside her. The first is her attention. She stops spending mental energy trying to understand why people treat her the way they do, and redirects that energy entirely toward herself, her goals, her peace, her future. The second is her tolerance. What she once endured without comment becomes physically difficult to be around. Not because she has become hard, because she has become honest. The third is her self-trust. Every instinct she second-guessed, every gut feeling she talked herself out of. She begins listening to all of it. The fourth is her time. She looks at how she has been spending it, and she becomes ruthless about what deserves to continue. People who knew her before will notice the silence first. She stops explaining her decisions, stops justifying her distance, stops offering the context and the reassurance and the check-ins that she once handed out so freely. This silence unsettles people deeply because they relied on her availability more than they ever admitted. They mistook her openness for obligation, and now that it's gone, they feel its full weight for the very first time. Warrior mode is not a demolition. It is a construction project. She is not burning her life down. She is clearing the land. Every relationship, every habit, every space in her life that was not serving her growth gets quietly evaluated. Some things are released. Some things are restructured. Some things are simply ended without ceremony, without explanation, because she has already explained herself 100 times, and the explanation was never enough to change anything. For those who pushed her here, there's no dramatic reckoning coming. No confrontation where she finally delivers her pain in words they understand. She is not interested in being understood by people who chose not to understand her when it mattered. The warning is simply this: she is done. Not angry done, not hurt done. Done in the way that a door closes when no one is standing in the room anymore. Silently, completely, with the kind of finality that does not require agreement. This is where warrior mode ends and something else begins. Something quieter and more permanent. A woman who has been through this process does not emerge hardened. She emerges clear. She knows what she is worth. She knows what she will and will not carry. She knows the difference between people who add to her life and people who subtract from it. And she no longer makes exceptions for the ones who subtract. She is not looking for validation. She is not waiting for an apology. She is not asking anyone's permission to live the life she has decided to build. She is simply moving forward, alone if necessary, at peace with that. If something in this video found you, if you recognized yourself somewhere in these 10 scenes, then this channel was made for you. Stay with us.